Hi guys, thank you for joining my channel today. This is the Flying Stephanie 615, and I want to do a follow-up video to the one that I did, I believe yesterday, regarding the interview process. Um, so let's talk about the video interviews. If you happen to get a invitation to do a video interview, I want you to treat it just like it's a face-to-face. You want to be just as professional. You want to make sure that your background is nice and clean. You want to make sure that your noise level is at a very minimum. I mean, they realize that you're at home, so things happen, but just try and position yourself in an area where you can get as few disturbances as possible. Make sure that you are dressed the part. Dress as if you would if you were face to face. This will not only bode you well because you will look good to them, and they may be more interested and want to invite you to a face to face, but it'll give you some good practice as well. Make sure that your posture is good too. Show them your personality too. They want to make sure that you're the kind of person that will treat their customers well and make their customers feel good while they are flying with us. So make sure that you are doing that as well. I got to look away because I have a little bit of a script that I want to make sure so that I can make sure that I cover some things that are important. If they ask you a question either in the face to face or in the video interview that says, are you willing to relocate? That answer is an unequivocal yes. Don't blink, don't stutter. Don't tell them, well, you have 5 dogs or 6 cats at home and you have, you know, a boyfriend that's super attached and you just don't know. Mm-mm. We're not talking about any of that because your focus is to land this job, right? So all of those things that you love and have grown near and dear to, they'll be there when you get back. So if they ask you if you're willing to relocate, it's a yes. You figure out what you have to do to make that happen. They don't care how you do it, just get it done. Okay? So, if you are invited to a face to face after you've done this interview, then that means they saw something in you. So, once you get to the interview process, don't stop there. Keep serving what it is that they need so that you can get the job. Make sure that you've studied, you know how to answer the questions, make sure you know how you're going to stand apart from the rest of the competition because it's a very competitive career. There's so many people that want to do this, and there's so many people who have been through the interview process several times. You may not get it the very first time, okay? So don't let that discourage you if you don't. Use it as practice, but make sure that each time you go through the process that you're making improvements. Um, because you don't want to be going through this and putting your life on hold if you're not going to take it serious. And be ready for the call when you get the call. Be able to get your affairs in order quickly and get prepared to go wherever it is that the training is held. Once you get to training, remember they're still watching you every day. I see a lot of people come to training. I've been through two, and I was successful at both of them. But I saw people that would come to training, and I'm not sure that they took things very serious. And also, I think they just totally ignored what it said the requirements and responsibilities were. If they tell you something like no piercings other than in your earlobe or no visible tattoos while you're working, they mean it. Don't think that you can come to training one day and slip up because you've gotten comfortable and you can let your tattoo on the back of your ear or on your wrist show because you think that Carolyn, your instructor, is cool and she's not going to say anything because they have eyes everywhere. So make sure you stay on your P's and Q's and keep your focus. Don't get clicked up with several different people. Find your place where you can stay focused, uh, and you can be quiet, and you can study. Um, Keep your partying to a minimum. Some people will go out during training and go to the bars and stuff like that, and they just overdo it. And even the people at the bars are watching you. So I'd hate to see you get sent home after you've completed 3 weeks and then you graduate on week 4 and you do something like that to get you sent home. There's plenty of time to do all of that after you graduate. Um, Also, once you graduate too, a lot of people will want to commute. You have to be careful because you are on probation. They will tell you that they don't want you commuting during your probationary period. And they have to tell us all that. It's up to you what you decide to do with that, but just be absolutely sure that you can get back to base when you're supposed to be because they don't take any excuses during that period. So, if you go out and something happens and you can't get back, it's on you. You just lost your job. So, you don't want to go through all of that training and then mess up on something like that. If you do stay in base, you'll probably have to locate something that's called a crash pad, which is just a place that many flight attendants will stay while they are on call during the week that they are um, on reserve. So, I'll give you another video about how that looks, but basically it's just finding a house, condo, apartment that you share with many flight attendants. Sometimes people sleep in the beds that you're not sleeping in when you're not there on that night, and I believe that's called a hot bed. And then there's cold beds that no one sleeps in but you, and when you're there, then that's your place. And you pay monthly for that. And sometimes you split utilities. But you will have to find whatever situation works out best for you. Um, you'll also have to say goodbye to your late night hangouts, your weekends, your holidays, your birthdays, your boyfriend's birthday, girlfriend's birthdays, all of that kind of stuff. You'll learn how to celebrate on any day whenever you're with your loved ones. So don't get caught up in the fact that you won't get to be home on some of those really important holidays and days. You may be able to, you may be surprised. My first airline, I did not have to work Christmas and I did not have to work Thanksgiving. So it can work. It can work in your favor. So don't let that be something that'll keep you back if this is really what you want, because there'll be many, many other days that you can celebrate when you build up your seniority. Um, Again, just make sure that you're neat and you're clean. Your nails are clean. Your nails are professional. Keep them at a short professional length. Remember, you can put all this stuff back on and be who you want to be when you leave the interview and when you leave your job. You can land after a trip and go put your earrings back in and all that kind of stuff and let your tattoos show. But absolutely not in a video interview or face to face do you want to let any of those things show. So, again, I am the Flying Stephanie 615. Thank you for flying with me today. And if you have any questions, please comment below. Please comment, like, and share the video, and also subscribe. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time.